In our Smart Start, we're following breaking news. Firefighters spent the early morning hours battling a fire in downtown Rochester.
We have some new video to show you from that scene at St. Paul Street near the inner loop. They were focused on a very tall property. Still working to get some more details on the initial call that came in and if anyone happened to be inside that building at the time during that response. Once we do hear from the fire department, we haven't yet, we'll share that with you on the homepage at rochesterfirst.com and during CBS Mornings every half hour. Sunrise traffic here at 6:50. 10 minutes to go until 7 before you step out. 390 north and southbound through Henrietta, okay. 104, the Bay Bridge, in and out of Webster, looking good. And from our Greater Rock Sky Eye, 490 moving along with average drive times here at this point on this Tuesday.
Back to our headlines. It's another snow day for our region's largest district. Leaders with RCSD point to the freezing temperatures, roads, and sidewalk conditions for being closed the second day in a row. All activities, events, and athletics are canceled, but city art centers will open from noon to 7, offering lunch and dinner for all students. You can find the full list of art centers as well as any other delays or closures on our website, rochesterfirst.com.
New updates here on a case out of Greece. A third victim killed in a deadly crash on West Ridge Road recently has been identified. This happened Saturday the 17th. Police say a car approaching the intersection with Elm Grove Road went through a red light and hit the back of another vehicle that was stopped. 42-year-old Gregory Cavallero died at the scene. 28-year-old Tyler Underwood and 25-year-old Arisen Kimmerly died at the hospital.
A man from Bath faces several felony charges in a disturbing case. Investigators say he tried to prostitute his 7-year-old daughter in exchange for meth. 31-year-old Devin Miller was arrested January 9th after a lengthy investigation. He's charged with promoting prostitution, the use of a child in a sexual performance, and criminal solicitation. Miller doesn't have custody of his daughter, and authorities confirm the child was not physically victimized.
Following Saturday's deadly shooting of ICU nurse Alex Preddy in Minnesota, the Trump administration is making changes to immigration enforcement efforts there in that state. Of note, Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino is expected to soon leave his post and be reassigned elsewhere. This comes as Governor Tim Walz says the president told him during a phone call Monday he will look at reducing the number of federal officers around the state.
People are losing faith that the federal government can be capable of enforcing federal law and doing it professionally and without widespread constitutional violation.
We hope Governor Walz will do the right thing and continue to work with President Trump to keep the American people safe.
The president says his borders are. Tom Homan is on the way to Minnesota. Will coordinate with state and local officials on the ground. The mayor of Minneapolis says he'll keep pushing for an end to the ramped up immigration operation and that he plans to go over the next steps with Homan today.
Here in New York, swift reaction pouring in from top elected Democrats, including Governor Kathy Hochul and Rochester's Mayor Malik Evans, outraged after watching another person shot dead at the hands of ICE in Minneapolis.
There have been many protests. Some gathered in Geneva last night speaking out against the violence and immigration policies they say are destroying the lives of their neighbors.
Trump's campaign of mass deportations must stop now.
That is Eugene Purrier, a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, traveling around upstate New York this week to make a connection, he says, between the anti-immigration movement and the history of racism in this country. His stop in Geneva coincides with that emergency protest put on by the Geneva Women's Assembly, Finger Lakes Rapid Response Network, and others. Protesters there say they have watched as ICE has conducted raids at homes and workplaces, describing what they believe are kidnappings of their neighbors. They say the rural nature of the area's farming community makes it hard to keep tabs on all the deportations. Meantime, Trump supporters who live there say the voices chanting, marching, and singing about change are not the only ones in Geneva.
Isn't ICE mass deporting illegal immigrants, democracy, the will of the people? Donald Trump ran on mass deportation, right? Right? You would agree? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then he won the popular vote.
Purrier, meantime, has other speaking engagements scheduled this week, 2 of them in Syracuse and Albany.
Also in response, Buffalo Mayor Sean Ryan signed an executive order Monday barring city employees from assisting federal agents with civil immigration enforcement. He says the city will still honor judicial warrants and arrest violent criminals regardless of immigration status. The order prohibits city personnel from asking about or collecting the citizenship, the immigration status, or the country of origin of any individual when performing city services or work.
Let's talk about the Bills as we go inside the huddle here at 6:55. It's been 8 days since they fired Sean McDermott. The team so far has interviewed 9 candidates who could take his place. The latest 2, Davis Webb and Nate Shieldhouse. We'll start with Webb. Worked with the Denver Broncos as the offensive passing game coordinator and QB's coach this year. The Broncos finished the season with the playoff run till last weekend. 10th best offense in the league, averaging about 342 total yards a game. Webb is relatively new to the coaching scene. Just 5 years ago, he was a rostered QB in Buffalo. Also played for the Giants and the Jets. Shieldhouse was the Rams pass game coordinator for this season. He's been on that staff since 2024. Prior to the NFL, he was working at Iowa State, starting off with the running backs and then became an offensive coordinator. Phillip Rivers has withdrawn from the Bills coaching search. He had his interview with the team late last week. The QB made some big news when he came out of retirement out of nowhere to go back to the Colts to try to get them to the playoffs. He threw for 550 yards or so, 4 touchdowns over 3 games with Indy. The only coaching experience he currently has is with St. Michael Catholic High School, and it seems he will return to St. Michael's to coach his son for his senior year.
Memories.
Yeah. Maybe they offered it to him and he said, I'm going to go back and do this, or maybe they said he thought probably not going to get it, but it's a great consolation prize. Yeah.
Guy's got plenty of time. He will, I think, probably be back at some point.
Yeah.
So we'll check that. How about the sunrise? Haven't seen this in quite a while.
Twilight.
Beautiful view there out in Canandaigua. So we'll enjoy that, and we'll take a look at some winter weather advisories, and we'll look at the forecast every 20 minutes.
We will have that during CBS Mornings. You've got a school visit, so Ron's going to be with us on the pod, 9 o'clock, second cup of sunrise on the streaming app.
Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.